Nice to meet you guys. If you don't know, my name is Imani and I'm 22. I'm from Los Angeles, California. And I was most known for my viral moments here and here. I will insert a clip if I can, but Love Island USA season 5, Bombshell, and Love Island Games, and I did those shows back to back. I got booked for my first show. Literally, I got the call randomly 5 days before my birthday. And the next thing you know, I was in Fiji. I was a fan favorite. And the girlies wanted me back. Y'all wanted me back for games. And I'm so appreciative. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful for you guys because I can just keep it real with you guys and, keep it raw with you guys. So let's start with the fun stuff. Season 5, I had a chemistry class, OChem class that I was taking, and I basically, I thought I was going in sooner, but then I get to Fiji, and it turns out that I'm not going in for like another 3 weeks. But it's okay because everything turned out perfect. I literally went in as a single. I went on a date with Leo and Bergie. And yeah, and I also went into Casa Amor single. So your girl was living. She was living. Yeah, I would say the bond that they didn't show was my friendship with Hannah and my friendship with Taylor. Hannah was my girl. Like when I felt like I had feelings for Bergie and like that was legit, I told Hannah. And before I even talked to Bergie, the pancake scene, y'all, they kind of just fast forwarded that to make it look random. I told Taylor and we talked about it and I asked her her thoughts and everything. So there's a few things, of course, that I'm learning with this industry that, they won't show everything. So it's important to recap with your people and just run it by them because even my family was like, that didn't seem right. Like it seemed like it skipped a series of events. We know you wouldn't just do something for the cameras. And that's the truth. So, yeah. Me and Bergie never worked out. But it's okay. I love him with Taylor. I love them together. We're good friends. And that's just what it was. Oh, there was Zay. So with Zay, they only showed us having a conversation about the ocean. But actually, he opened up about his family, how he grew up, and just more so his upbringing, which is why I chose Scott. Which is why I chose Zay over Scott. I didn't choose Scott because our conversations were very much surface level. It wasn't given. And he had his options, he had his stuff he was doing, and that was fine. But also too, like our conversations weren't really going anywhere. Like I couldn't even tell you. I know he has a sister. But that was kind of it. I still love Scott. We're good. Me and Scott are good. We're on good terms. If I could describe Scott to you guys, me and this man got into it. Like he has so much attitude. I love him. But he's devil's advocate, like if it was a person. But yeah, me and Scott were good. Season 5, it just wasn't for me. He's cool though, no bad blood there. Just not for me. But we're good. I think we're good. We're great. He's a cool guy. With the Jonah situation, this is the biggest thing I want to touch on because I've never in my life beefed over a man. Never have, never will. And it's just not my thing to do. I'm not beefing with nobody in this world. Let me tell y'all something. I will not beef with anybody in this world, and that's just that on that. That's just, I don't have space or energy for that. I was confused. Y'all talking about y'all are confused. Why are they two baddies? I was confused. So I made a joke out of it in the moment, like, chill, anyways. It's not that deep. And that's how that went about. There was no drama there. On my part, at least. I didn't know nothing about no beef because it was obvious that they were not on good terms and she just didn't want to be with him and he didn't want to be with her in the Love Island villa. Like it was just that was that. So fast forward to the end of it. Zay, he was showing effort, but he was telling people, I guess, that he just saw me as a friend and or whatever. I don't know. Me and him talked about it. But basically, if I would have knew that, if he would have told me that, I would have went home. I wouldn't have chose none of them. I would have went home, you know, because I didn't come here for friends. I really didn't come to Friend Island. That wasn't what I was here for. But he did not express that to me, and that's okay because me and him are good. But if yes, you guys, obviously if I knew that, I wouldn't have just been like, oh, let me try, you know, like let me make that very clear. And that kind of sums up a few things I wanted to touch on from Love Island USA season 5. Boom, that'll do. Me and KK are good. The people I would say I'm friends with right now, who I talk to all the time, Hannah and Taylor. Hannah is my girl. Like, that's just it. She's so real. She's so cool. They really, I don't know if they showed a lot of her, but she's definitely for the girls. Anything she says behind you is what she says to you. I like people who I don't have to guess with. If I have to guess with you, I'm cool. But Hannah definitely is a real one. Love that girl down. Now let's fast forward to Love Island Games. I want to start off by doing a mental health check-in and say I'm doing okay. I've been taking time with family. Best thing I could do right now instead of being at my own place, and kind of just taking it easy. I know you guys have a lot of questions, so let's just get straight into it. I sure did save them. Let's start with my top 3 from Love Island Games. Going into games, I was definitely tired from season 5. I was drained. The Amani y'all saw from season 5 was just me. Silly old me. You know, they showed more of the fun, you know, Amani. But the one from games, like Amani from games, like, y'all, I was whooped. Like, I don't know. It was also very hard for me to go back to the show. Like, that was a very hard decision. I was definitely tired, and that was like a big part of it. Like, I didn't have fight in me, you know. But let's continue with the fun stuff. My top 3. So going after the competition and everything, my top 3 were Jack, Curtis. Who was it? Y'all, I can't remember. It was Jack, it was Curtis, it was Toby, and then Ray made it known that he was feeling me. I respected that. Again, to talk to people and the energy isn't reciprocated. So that was already a big difference. In the first 3 weeks, or loving somebody in the first 3 weeks, that was kind of something people brought up, saying, did I tell him I love him? If you believe that, then you just don't know me. But quickly, we'll leave that there. So further down the line, I found out that there was some type of U.S. alliance. Once I was like paired up with my partner, I found out there was a U.S. alliance, and your girl was kind of like, okay, nice, let's do it. That doesn't sound too good, but we'll see. These numbers, it's, you know, it's just, nah, we'll see. So fast forward, I'm never in none of the U.S. alliance conversations, which I don't know why. And my person is not introducing me to the conversations, and we're also in the dressing room, and the conversations are never being brought up. We're talking about nonsense. So, you know, I'm like, okay, give it some time. Now we're 2.5 weeks in. Your girl, we're 2.5 weeks in. I'm still not being included on these conversations by my partner or the people that I'm like thinking I'm cool with. So I'm like, he had to make this up. It ain't no alliance. It ain't no alliance, you know, like why, and if there is, why can't I be in the conversations? Like, I haven't done anything. Now, I would have been down to have the alliance and save, you know, Justine for the culture. I would have definitely been down with that. But keeping 4 best friends in the house, and them numbers, they not mathing, you know, like, and that was just me being like, okay, how do you feel about this to my partner? And I think the biggest takeaway, who you're paired with in these couple partner games makes a big difference on how it ends for you. Okay? It makes a big difference. I was going through a lot of turmoil in a sense that I felt alone. Like, I'm expressing my concerns, but it's never even going anywhere. That was a big factor on how everything ended the way it did. So towards the end of Love Island Games, Zeta and Courtney come in, and they're basically like, okay, Courtney comes in before Zeta, and she's like, oh, like, we're cool, we're hitting it off, I'm thinking I could trust her. But then at one point, I believe she voted against Liberty or Jess, and all the trust went out the window. All the trust went out the window. And I was more so like, we supposed to be trying to have our own little stuff going. What are you doing, you know? So that was kind of like the point where me and her was like on different ends and wasn't even knowing. And when we fast forward to the carnival, mind you guys, Zeta came in. I'm like, me and her, our connection is like a soul connection, like a friendship you can't even explain. I tell my partner that I'm coupled up with Ray, I tell him, like, this is a friend for me. I would really like her here. I trust her. Something in me trusts this girl. And I was right. Her and Mitch too. Me and Mitch, I learned about their families. We had in-depth conversations. It got really deep. And that's what you consider a friend to me. When our conversations get deep and we make it known right then and right there, you know? Like, I don't like to guess with people. So Zeta comes in. I tell him, like, no, like, this is my girl. And at the carnival game, what you saw was Zeta and Courtney, before they pulled me to the side, and they basically were like, everyone, they've been plotting to get you guys out for days. Mitch even came up to me on the low and he told me, I talked to Ray, I'm trying to tell him that they've been plotting. You won Power Couple like 3 times, and they're trying to get y'all out. Like, do you know that? I want you guys to stay. And so I tell him, my couple, and he's not receptive. Like, that's all that was. He wasn't receptive. He wasn't listening. There was no way on his soul that could ever happen. And so what you guys saw was at the carnival, Scott, he tells me that too. And I'm like, okay, I want to have Scott's back so bad, y'all. But at the end of the day, my loyalty is with whoever my couple is, you know. That's just what it was. Like, whoever my couple is who I want to stick with. Leave it there. There's 3 rounds that could change this game. First round, I go with the flow, and it did not feel right in my spirit to get Zeta and Courtney out. And I told Scott, I'm telling Ray, my couple, while we're on the bleachers, like, now is the time. Now is the time. I see AR and Jack planning. By the way, I talked to AR and we're good. I'm good with all of them. There's no drama there. I'm trying to talk to my partner and tell him, like, I see them plotting. We need to make moves. Like, we need to make moves. It's like all the talking and negotiating is out the window at this point. He's ignoring me. And the second round, you'll see me saying, okay, then I'm going to go against the grain and I'm going to bob for apples and I'm going to make it right. So what you saw me doing was trying to even out the field and like make it right for Courtney and Scott. But at that point, she was mad. I was mad. I didn't give a dang what she had to say. This is one of the 3 things I regret. The only thing that I regret from my season was that, for sure. Okay, sorry guys, it's a bit everywhere. But if you could go back, would you still put Toby and Georgia in the duel? And I thought you were cool with Toby. So this is one of the 3 things I regret. The only thing that I regret from my season was that, for sure, because I cared about Toby so much. And I wish I would have fought for him more. And that really did eat me up, y'all, because I was crying. I don't cry unless I'm really hurting. And that was like the dumbest thing ever. I knew it was dumb, but I should have stood my ground. And I should have said, no, that's not happening. The only logic was Georgia was the newest person who I don't really have a connection with. But still, that was the hardest thing for me. And your girl boohoo cried. Like, I will own that. I do regret that. Hold on really quick, you guys. There's a lot of questions. You're my fave from Love Island. You're so kind-hearted, and that girl. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I receive so much love, and I love it. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. That's all I can really say. I think Love Island Games and USA showed me that more so hosting is for me, or scripted acting. Having the reality experience really showed me that I'm just too real for TV, like, because I actually feel the emotions differently. But these decisions were really hard for me, and it was kind of, I think I want to get into scripted acting. Long story short, it'll be perfect for me. Oh, just so many nice comments. Okay. Oh, who's the closest girl in the villa? The girl you got closest to in the villa, kind of typo. So I was closest to Liberty and Jess. They did not show much of that, which is nuts to me. Those were people that I actually hung out with and went on my way to talk to and stuff. I really liked Megan when she came. She was fun. She gave like older sister vibes, and I was just like always in her face. Like, I really liked Megan too. Let me give you advice if you're going to do any kind of game show, couple show. If your person is not on the same page as you, preference, I'm not beefing with anyone. I don't have beef with anyone. So to sum it up, you asked me why you don't see me with certain people, but just to make it clear, they're cool, but I like to hang out with people who my energy meshes with and people who are about what I'm about, and I'm not a performative person. So who you see me with is who you see me with. I have so much in store, and I'm excited to show you guys. And stay tuned for more. Stay tuned for more. Bye.